Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Ethereum update. So, move sideways, hitting resistance at the top of the rotation zone, pulling back really nice, this cluster right in here. 37.5 retracement and a prior 12.5% retracement of the bigger one, and this prior support little shelf level, moving back up, heading higher now. Now we can do the projections, 575.93 and then 589.67 coming in right with the declining 50 period exponential moving average. So again, if we pull back slightly now, key support coming in at 548, where we looks like we'll get the first cross rotation zone. If we fall through there, then I'd watch for 534, and then again we wouldn't get the first cross, but 534, if it moved back up, that could be a trigger. And we don't want to get below this cluster right here, right now, 520 to 518. So you don't want to see a close below that, else we could easily retrace most of this move. But right now it's looking good with a bullish setup. By the way, this did trigger a pattern we have called the ice cream setup that we might go over at some point on this channel. So interesting here. Let me zoom in. Everybody can see it better. All right, this 589, 590 level, prior support. You see buyer stepped in, buyer stepped in, buyer stepped in, big bar. So that's going to be area of selling pressure, and we have the declining 8. So that 590 is going to be very key, and right above there at 600 is the 200-day simple moving average. So I'd say 590 to 600 is going to be a very key area. You're going to see resistance, so at least move up your stops if you've bought on any of these retracement moves. Switching over to Monero. Monero pushing up, pulling back to rotation zone, and this little cluster in here, catching on the rotation zone and the prior resistance becoming support. That's a very key thing. That's why you don't need a ton of indicators. You don't need a lot of fancy things. First and foremost, look at the price action, just what the bars are telling you on the chart, and then start adding in just a couple key indicators, like we used the rotation zone, another moving average, and especially our GAN levels. So catching there. We then did the projection from the low to this most recent high before the pullback, which gave us a 228 and 234 levels. Really, it's 234 to 236. We got a small minor cluster. We hit the first level, pretty much a dead close on it. Now we're pulling back. First key support is right around 217 to 219. So this is prior resistance becoming support, and we got the 25% retracement GAN level, and we have the rising 8, so watch for that. If we do drop through that, next major area we'll be watching is about 210 to 211 for a full pullback into the rotation zone and a rotation back up. What we don't want to see is a key close below the rotation zone. And we'll keep these same levels in place. If we want to just see what potentially the next levels are higher, because this pause, 240, then 247. Let's check in on that daily chart for Monero. So, zoom in here. So you can see right now we poked through the 8 and then collapsed back down. So we still don't have, as of this recording, a close in the rotation zone. There's still time before the close. So if this closes in the rotation zone, that's going to bode well for future price action higher. If it doesn't, it means, again, the sellers came in and we couldn't get in the rotation zone yet. So watch for another rotation. And I already went over on the 4-hour what we don't want to see a key close below. Now, all that being said, this 247 area, really 247 to 250, I'm going to call it. We've declining 21. That's going to be major resistance in here. And again, it was support, 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 support. Resistance popping back down. So if it gets back up there, that's going to be a very key resistance level. That's what you need to at least take action when it gets up there, if it does. So that's what we have for you on Monero and Ethereum, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.